before, and I enjoy volunteering. And several other people enjoy volunteering as well, or at least enjoy the concept of it. The constant problem is people don't know how to get started, or they don't want to, and they think that they don't have time. They do enjoy the concept. Annalise Blum, 18-year-old global activist, said, young people do care. It is just a matter of providing the opportunities to get involved. This is completely true. I can name several people who are interested and want to stand up and have strong views on things, but they don't know how, or they don't think they have enough time. But they can. They may just not know why or how to actually get started. But you should know. For the sake of today's speech, I'm going to clarify what I mean by volunteering. While donating to charity and organizing group service events are great things to do, but what I mean by volunteering is the individual donating time. So why? Why would you volunteer? Well, you could actually get things like maybe you get an award for a certain amount of hours, or maybe you get leftovers from cleaning up after a potluck. Those are rewards that you get for just pitching in and helping. You can also get friendships, which is a big award. Most likely your thought process when choosing a cause is, I want to do this because I am passionate about this, or I am interested in this, and that's probably their thought process as well. You will have several interests in common, most likely, and that's where good friendships come from. Also, you can learn a whole bunch of things about what you should do in a job. A lot of the skills you use when you're a volunteer are things that you might use later in life in jobs, or just in general things, like being on time and being dressed appropriately and being flexible if anything changes. Those things go on later in life. Speaking of jobs, volunteering looks good on a resume or a college application. You need something that sets you apart from the crowd. If person A and person B are applying for a job at the movie theater, person A is a frequent volunteer at, let's say, Habitat for Humanity and has had a 4.0 all of his life, and person B also has had a 4.0 for all of his or her life, they're most likely going to choose person A because, well, person A comes across as a person that has their life together and knows what's going on. So it might help you with impressions, or maybe you just get another opportunity to ask somebody for a letter of recommendation. So you have a lot of good things. Also, but that's not really the main problem. The main problem is that people don't know how to get started. So the first thing you need to do is choose your cause. So you should think about your personality. What are you willing to do? What do you want to do? What are you interested in? All of these questions are good things to have in mind when you're thinking about what cause you should do. If you can't come up with something, you could always go to your local United Way website. They have lots of options that you can sift through. And you can find just little jobs or big jobs. Like maybe you help stuff pamphlets. That's a good example because you don't always have to be outgoing to be a volunteer. Another way, if you already know your cause, is to just go online, and you can most likely find a volunteer button. Most likely they will make things very easy because they want people excited that they do something, not discouraged at all, or think that it's a pain to do anything. They want people excited and ready to do their best work. You can also just look around you and ask people. Maybe it's little things like your teacher needs somebody to put something up on a bulletin board, or maybe it's something like you see that there's a daisy troop, like me. I saw that there was a daisy troop at my old school, and I decided to help them, and I still help with them now as brownies. All you have to do is ask in order to get help make a difference. How to actually be a good volunteer is important as well. Use your basic job skills like being there on time, being ready, being dressed appropriately, and being respectful to your leaders and such. Also being respectful to the customers, because you're representing the organization or the person. It's important to be nice. Also knowing a lot about what you're talking about in case anybody has any questions for you, so that you know what's going on, or at least know where to direct that person. Listen carefully to all your supervisors. These are just important things that you will need later on in life. You also can just make sure to pay attention to everything that's going on around you. And remember to use confidentiality. Some organizations may have you sign an agreement, but you should always keep it in the back of your mind even if they don't. You don't need to tell anybody who you saw at a certain food kitchen or whatever. Those things are just in general good things to do, even as a job or just in being a volunteer. You learn a whole bunch of things. So you need to get started. You may just be 12 like me, but a person's a person no matter how small. As President Barack Obama is quoted as saying, we need your service right now at this moment in history. I'm not telling you what your role should be, that's for you to discover. But I'm asking you to stand up and play your part. I'm asking you to change history's course. Thank you.